Hello friends, how are you? A very good evening to everyone. Just make me sure I'm audible. Okay. चलो. Any problem till now in whatever has been taught? जो पढ़ाया है उसमें अभी तक कोई प्रॉब्लम है तो बताइए. चलो. So, what we were covering in last class or what we have covered in the last class is basically in the consideration that we were doing the Vedic age. What has been covered, for example, the geographical knowledge of the Aryans and the geographical knowledge of the Aryans during the early Vedic period or the later Vedic period that was covered by us, and the story that has been given in Videha Madhav, how they moved and reached on the banks of river Gandak or river Sadanira, that has been explained. Then, for example, what Shatpat Brahman, or for example, what this literature of Atharva Veda, or for example, any other literature that mentioned, and for example, that their Atharva Veda, for example, mentions that the kingdoms of the eastern part of the country, they have been mentioned, which means that they had the knowledge of those particular areas. Not only this, but for example, kahin pe Raja ko it is being called as Virat, Samrat, Savrat, or for example, Bhoj, which gives an indication, or for example, at certain part, northwestern part of the country is known as Pratichya, then Prachya, then for example, other things. So all these things indicate that the geographical knowledge of the Aryans had expanded to great extent. First topic. The second topic we had done in this particular regard is in the consideration of the political structure or polity during the early Vedic period and the later Vedic period. How the political structure that was there, how it evolved from elected king to, for example, in the context of hereditary king, what were the different sacrifices that were performed, were there sacrifices in the early part, were the kingship elected or representative, then in the later part, for example, what sacrifices they emerged at this point of time, Rajsuva sacrifice, Vajpayee sacrifice, Ashwamedh sacrifice, and how these things were connected to each other. This we have covered comprehensively. The third topic, the first part of which we have done is the society. The society of early Vedic period we have already covered at this point of time, and now we would be moving to the society of the later Vedic period, if I am not wrong. I think society was covered, if I am wrong, if I am right. So society was basically, for example, in the context that just to give a small recall of what was covered in the last class of society, so that the connectivity could be developed into your mind, is basically in the consideration that during the early Vedic period, the differentiation was there, the division was there, but the Varna word basically means color at this point of time. So in the initial phase, what was basically coming up was in the consideration that early Vedic period, the word Varna basically means color. They basically wanted to differentiate, discriminate between the Aryans and, for example, the non-Aryans. Aryans or non-Aryans, आपस में क्या क्या differences है, that was there, the white and the black color that was there. Later on, three classes emerged: the warrior class, the priest class, and the commoners. And in the 10th mandal of Rig Veda, the Purushukta hymn clearly mentioned the word Shudra. Now, this is the fourfold Varna system as clearly, for example, demarcated or clearly evolved at this particular point of time. So that is one basic consideration that has to be done at this point of time. So वहाँ पे वो वाली चीज हो जाएगी. Firstly, secondly, not only this, what it important that there were different class of the people were there. Dasas were there, Dasyus were there, Panis were there. When you called about or talk about the dasas were there, Dasyus were there, or for example, the Panis were there. Dasas, it can be the early branch of the Aryans who came to India around 1900 BC, but only limited number. They got integrated, they got assimilated into the Indian society and also adapted some of the values, the culture, the part of Indian people that they were living with. Intermarriages, intermingling of the culture of the society, they must have taken place. Dasyus were the inhabitant Indians who were staying at that point of time. Local people, indigenous people, they were there. इनमें आपस में intermixing and intermarriages must have taken place. Therefore, different words are there. For example, Akrata, Abratu, Anasa, Krishnvachk. These different words are basically being used जो हमने last class में करे थे. The third was basically the Panis class of people. They were cattle lifters at that point of time. They were there. So therefore, आपस में the battles were taking place. Dasas, Dasyus, they were continuously going on. Some sort of slavery was also there, but they were basically domestic slaves. Untouchability has not emerged. The concept of gotra has not emerged. For example, कहाँ पे शादी होगी, कहाँ पे शादी नहीं होगी, that has not emerged at this point of time. The girl was basically treated in a comparatively good way, despite the fact that when the prayers were basically being done, they were done for two purposes. The first is basically in the consideration that for victory in the battlefield, and second in the consideration that they wanted that a son should be born from a wedlock. But if a daughter is basically being born, no discrimination was basically being done. How do we come to know? Basically in the consideration that there are various hymns which are being given, for example, written by various women also. Gosha, Apala, Lopamudra, and Upnayan ceremony, the sacred thread ceremony was also being performed for them. Some of the Vedic sacrifices were such that they were considered as incomplete if the women did not participate in them. यहाँ तक हमने लास्ट क्लास में कवर किया था. माई मोटिव और ऑब्जेक्टिव इन टुडेज क्लास विल बी टू मूव फ्रॉम हेयर एंड आई एक्सपेक्टिंग कि जितना आपको करवाया है वो सबको क्लियर होगा. इतना सबको याद है? आर यू एबल टू रिकॉल? The next thing that would be there is when you move from the early Vedic period into the later Vedic period. That basically evolved and emerged at this point of time. It was basically some pattern, some changes that took place. At another point of time, there was a continuity that was basically being experienced. Somewhere amalgamation, somewhere integration, somewhere annexation must have taken place. कोई मिल रहे हैं, integrate हो रहे हैं, किसी को दबा के अपने अंडर किया जा रहा है. But what was happening was the society was continuously in an evolution format. The society was continuously evolving at that point of time. Now, what was there was in the earlier context, what was there was these people were semi-nomadic people. In the early Vedic period, it was semi-nomadic people. जैसे हमने किया था, they got settled into the northwestern part of the country. और जब geographical knowledge के बारे में कर रहे थे early Vedic period में, for example in the Saptasindha region, the Himalayas, they had know about the Ganga Yamuna के बारे में, there were some references that has been mentioned, but they have not crossed the sea or they have not crossed the Vindhyas, therefore they were unaware of the sea, despite the fact that the word Samudra has been mentioned. But in the later Vedic period, what happened was these people, they penetrated into this Ganga Yamuna Dwav region. When they penetrated into the Ganga Yamuna Dwav region, the land over here was comparatively more fertile. And therefore, their dependence on the rainfall, on other things, they reduced to a great extent. Now what was happening was abundant supply of the water and other resources were completely there. When the abundant supply of the resources was there at that particular point of time, therefore it comparatively became possible that the semi-nomadic way of life, which was earlier being exercised or prepared by these people, now got converted into what is called a settled way of life. Why? And why this take place? Because of the movement of the people that was taking towards this Ganga Yamuna Dwav region. The land over here was comparatively much more productive. The land over here was comparatively much more fertile also. यहाँ पे the settled way of life, on the one hand. On the other hand, what was taking place was that some sort of the decline in the secular outlook, liberal outlook, that was completely taking place. Decline in the liberal outlook was there. When you say the decline in the liberal outlook, they were basically taking place, and why this was taking place? In the context of now the people were having an access to or control over the good amount of the resources also. अर्लियर जैसे हमने पहले किया था, अ ब्राह्मण वाज देयर, ही हैड 4 सन्स, एक पाठ पूजा करने लग गया, ही बिकेम ब्राह्मण, सेकंड बैटलफील्ड में ही बिकेम क्षत्रिय, थर्ड ट्रेड और एग्रीकल्चर समवट और एग्रीकल्चर वैश्य, फोर्थ वाज शूद्र. If he started doing serving others, then again if he had 4 sons, one could be Brahmin, other could be Kshatriya, third could be Vaishya, fourth could be Shudra. What I am saying is the change of the profession also changed your varna at that point of time in the early Vedic period. But what was taking place at this point of time was a stratification that has taken place of society. What has taken place was crystallization of society that has comparatively taken place. By stratification and crystallization means that now the son of a Brahmin will be a Brahmin, the son of Kshatriya will be a Kshatriya only, the son of Vaishya will become a Vaishya, the son of Shudra will be becoming a Shudra at this point of time. Therefore, now the changes that has taken place, earlier it was the profession that was deciding what would be the varna, now the birth comparatively was deciding what would be the varna at that point of time. Therefore, now the change in the profession does not move the person to the another varna at this point of time. And what I am saying is now the change in the varna was not possible. And if you have to change your varna system, or for example varna, if a person is born in, for example, in a Shudra family, and he wants that now they should be becoming a Brahman. For example, over here, he is a Shudra. He has to move to another areas where no one knows him. He could say, I am a Brahman. He could say, I am a Kshatriya. He could say, I am a Vaishya. Therefore, he has to move. Why? Because if you change your varna, if you change your profession over here, that was not being applauded by the people, that was not liked by the people at that point of time. अच्छा नहीं समझते थे उसको लोग. Therefore, the stratification society in the society was taking place. The crystallization of society was taking place. कहीं ना कहीं पे ये अच्छा भी था, लेकिन बहुत जगह पे ये बुरा भी देखने को मिला. Where it was good, for example, if a Kshatriya is there, his son will be a Kshatriya, he would always, there are a good amount of chances that he would be having the knowledge of the battlefield. Understand, in another perspective, a Vaishya, for example, engaged in certain manufacturing of certain things, that thing will be coming within the family only. तो बच्चा बचपन से ही comparatively वो सीख जाएगा. नहीं, कलर से तो पहले ही बंद हो गया था होना, वो तो ऋग्वेद में ही हो गया था, तभी तो ब्राह्मण क्षत्रिय वैश्य शूद्र आया ना, तो कलर तो तभी बंद हो गया था. तो नाउ इट वाज मैन्युफैक्चरिंग दैट वाज टेकन, फॉर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग दैट इज देयर, एंड देयरफॉर व्हाट वाज देयर वाज, आपके घर से ही कुछ आउट सीख जाते हो. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल अगर कोई ट्रेड कर रहा है, बाप अपने घर पे आके बात कर रहा है, तो बताएगा कि ऐसे ऐसे करके मेरे को इस ट्रेड से प्रॉब्लम, इस रूट से प्रॉब्लम आती थी, आई मूव्ड फॉर ट्रेड थ्रू द अनदर रूट. बच्चा बोलेगा हाँ यार मैं भी सीख जाऊंगा. देयरफॉर द एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ द फादर वाज कंपैरेटिवली वेरी गुड एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम. कहीं पे फायदा भी हुआ, बट द क्रिस्टलाइजेशन ऑफ द सोसाइटी दैट वाज टेकिंग प्लेस had made life comparatively difficult for the people who were comparatively coming from the Shudra class of category. Now, that was also seen in different areas. For example, in the context of the language that was used of this for these people. Language का मतलब क्या हुआ? If a Brahmin was to be called from far away, इसको क्या बोला जाता था? Please come. If a Kshatriya was to be called, it's called the come. If a Vaishya was to be called, it's called the come fast. And if a Shudra was to be called, इसको क्या बोला था? Come by running. Therefore, different terms were used for the same work for different category of the people, for a different varna that was there. काम same करना है, but if a person has to, Brahman has to be called, please come. A Shudra has to be called come fast, come by running. अलग अलग नाम से सेम काम के लिए अलग अलग वर्ण के लिए अलग अलग शब्दावली वहां पे यूज होने लगी. Therefore, what was taking place at that point of time was that different words or terms were used. Clan and kinship ties was also there. the democratic elements that was existing earlier, as we have done also, the democratic elements that were there, they are reduced to a great extent. For example, the different assemblies that were there. For example, assemblies as Sabha, Samati, Vidat, Gan, Parishad. Vidat was completely lost. The relevance of Sabha and Samati has decreased to such an extent that they were referred to as twin daughters of Prajapati. Gan and Parishad ka pata nahi kya hua. Earlier also their functions were not clear. Therefore, democratic element declined. The assemblies which were earlier being dominated by the nobles, and those assemblies, for example, women was also participating. Now the women were not allowed to participate in those assemblies. Democracy reduced. The power was coming only to certain people. On the other hand, the more and more attempts were basically being made to control the women, and therefore the position of the father comparatively became very high, very strong, to such an extent that if a father gives the punishment to any of the children in the family, and even for women or children, for example, male, the punishment that was given by the father has to be respected under all the circumstances that were there. The status of the women, the status of the Shudra comparatively declined to much a greater extent. Not only this, the slavery was present as earlier, that continued. It was the domestic slaves that were there. But these still, they were yet to be involved into the production method that was existing. Now, what was taking place? The Gotra system also emerged. The Gotra system was also not there earlier. Gotra system का मतलब होता है कि for example, how many gotra you have to leave from the side of the mother, and how many gotra you have to leave from the side of the mother at the time of marrying your son and daughter. For example, if one has to marry, then from the side of the father, you have to leave 7 gotra. From the side of the mother, you have to leave 5 gotra. Then only the marriage can be done. And if the marriage was done within the same gotra, then you have to enter, or for example, you have to do certain penance. Pashchatap karna padega. For example, it was a Chandrayan. Penance that was basically to be done at that particular point of time for marrying within the same gotra that was to be undertaken. The Varna system has completely, to a great extent, got crystallized, got stratified, and along with the Varna system, ashram system also started developing to a great extent. Ashram, for example, Brahmastha, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasi. For example, earlier, Brahmastha means when a child is there, an Upanayan ceremony, a sacred thread ceremony has been performed for that particular child, then he would be going, for example, what is called taking education. That ceremony is known as Upanayan ceremony, as covered in the last class also. Upanayan ceremony. That means the second sacred thread ceremony. That is what after Upanayan ceremony, the child would be referred to as Dvij. By Dvij, what I mean to say is twice born. One, the child is physically born, and for the next time, when a child goes out to take education from the teacher, that is considered as a real birth of a child. When he learns something, Brahmastha, going for education. And after that point of time, after returning from, then Grihastha, the child would be married. Then he would be having children and other family life that would be there. When he would have married his own children, अपने बच्चों की जब शादी कर रहे होते हैं, then he would be going, for example, something he must have committed as a wrong or as a fault or something else, then he would be going to jungles. He would be going to jungles to realize his mistake and, for example, to worship God, and then come back into his life. Initially, the 3 ashram system was there: Grihastha, Brahmastha, Grihastha, and Vanaprastha. Later on, with the passage of time, as this life was comparatively becoming complex, the religion was also comparatively becoming very complex. Earlier, we will be doing later on also, earlier the religion was comparatively very simple. Or you can say, in the political side, the sacrifices were not being performed. Later on, when big sacrifices, Rajasuya, Ashvamedh, for example, or Vajpayee sacrifices were there, or the life, the way of earlier life has changed. Therefore, what happened at this point of time, certain people, they did not like this way of life, and therefore they had a belief in the simple religion that was earlier there. They did not like the changed way of life, and therefore they went into the jungles forever and never came back. Sannyasi. There is no hard and fast rule that first it would be followed, second, third, and fourth. Nothing. Even a person can be a brahmastha and directly move towards sannyasi also. There are chances. Grihastha ke baad bhi सीधा, there person could be grihastha and then directly move into sannyasi aspect. There is no hard and fast rule कि यही चार इसी तरीके से 1, 2, 3, 4 होगा. There are every chance that even after a brahmastha, a child do not return and, for example, stays in the jungle. Even, for example, after grihastha, he may not return, and when prastha, they ignore the stage and directly would be entering into the grihastha phase, or for a sannyasi phase that was there. So what I am trying to say is this system of ashram. Earlier it was a Varna system that was there. Now the Varna and the ashram system, that Swarna ashram system that was there, that came up at this point of time. Upper three classes, the Brahmin, the Kshatriya, the Vaishya, they were known as Dvij. Dvij means twice one. And therefore the Upanayana ceremony was basically being performed for these people also at this point of time. Another, what on the other hand, for example, another fourth class of people was Shudra, for whom the Upanayana ceremony was not being performed. But within a Shudra class of people, in the category that was there were certain people who were involved into chariot making, Rath banana. They were involved into chariot making, and therefore they were comparatively considered as higher in this particular class. And even to such an extent that the sacred thread ceremony was even performed for these also. Why? Just for the reason that this chariot race was a famous pastime activity of the king, and he used to prepare chariots for the king, for race, so that the kings could be enjoying, and therefore a special category, a special section was also given to this group of artisans who were coming up. Rath cars that were there, they were basically enjoying a special status. Initially, जब थोड़ा बहुत activity में manufacturing में वो लगे हुए थे. Is it clear to everyone? The Shudra, the Chandals mean the outcast. How this outcast was basically coming up? For example, normally there are different forms of marriages that are there. The marriages, for example, are Anuloma marriages. The marriages are, for example, Pratiloma form of marriages. Anuloma and Pratiloma form of marriages that existed. अनुलोम फॉर्म ऑफ मैरिजेस का क्या मतलब होता है? ब्राह्मण मैरिंग ब्राह्मण, और ब्राह्मण मैरिंग क्षत्रिय, वैश्य और एक्सेट्रा, और क्षत्रिय वैश्य शूद्र, क्षत्रिय मैरिंग क्षत्रिय, क्षत्रिय मैरिंग वैश्य और शूद्र, वैश्य मैरिंग वैश्य और वैश्य मैरिंग शूद्र, शूद्र मैरिंग शूद्र. That is Anulom form of marriages, where the varna of a boy was high and the varna of the girl was either same or of a lower varna. लड़की या तो सेम वर्ण की होगी, लड़का लड़की, या लड़की का वर्ण नीचे वाला होगा. अनुलोम फॉर्म मैरिजेस काफी हद तक एक्सेप्टेबल फॉर्म ऑफ मैरिजेस. बट ऑन द अदर हैंड प्रतिलोम फॉर्म ऑफ मैरिजेस क्या होगा? प्रतिलोम फॉर्म मैरिजेस क्या होगा? वेयर बॉय इज कंपेरेटिवली ऑफ अ लोअर वर्ण and the girl is, for example, of a higher varna. For example, the boy can be a Shudra and the girl can be a Brahmin girl at that point of time. प्रतिलोम फॉर्म मैरिजेस. इनमें क्या होता था? ब्राह्मण क्षत्रिय की अगर शादी हो रही है, द स्टेटस ऑफ द देयर ऑफस्प्रिंग, जब बच्चा होगा इन दोनों के नीचे रखा जाएगा उसको. जब वैश्य होगा जो शूद्र होगा, वैश्य होगा जो शूद्र होगा. अगर अनुलोम फॉर्म ऑफ मैरिजेस में शादियां हो रही हैं, अगर ब्राह्मण की हो रही है कोई बात नहीं, अगर ब्राह्मण और क्षत्रिय की हो रही है तो जो लड़का होगा, बच्चा होगा, लड़की होगी, तो उसका वर्ण इन दोनों के नीचे होगा. लेकिन अगर प्रतिलोम फॉर्म मैरिजेज हो रही है जहां पे लड़की का वर्ण हाई है और लड़के का वर्ण लो है, तो वहां पे उनको आउटकास्ट बोला जाएगा, चंडाल, स्वापका। जब वर्ण सिस्टम में वो नहीं आते, सबसे नीची वाले लोग हैं। अनुलोम form marriages and pratilom form marriages were also coming up at this point of time. Is it clear to everyone? Just revise it once, and if there is any problem, just let me know. The next is Rigvedic religion. When we take into consideration the Rigvedic religion, it is basically characterized by nature worship. These people were nature worshippers. For example, they say 33 crore, 33 crore means 33 crore Devi Devtas are there, for gods and goddesses are there. There cannot be a population of 33 crore. What was their nature worshippers? For example, when wind starts blowing, they were unable to understand the natural phenomenon, and therefore they called it as a air god. Sun, for example, it started coming out, and the sunset was there. They called it as a god. Rain started taking place, they called it as a god. The plants were there, they were growing, they called it as a god. Animals were giving them fruits or other things for food, for example, the milk to drink or meat, they called it as a god. At different intervals of time, everything became godly for these people at that point of time. When they were unable to understand the natural phenomena that were taking place, those were basically given the names of gods and goddesses. For example, sun god, fire god, air god, and other gods that were there, water god, etc. They were coming up. The different gods and goddesses that existed that were there at that point of time. At one particular point of time, you need one god. For example, at the time of student, you need Lord Saraswati. At the time, for example, of a businessman, need Goddess Lakshmi. What the concept was? The concept was of henotheism. Henathism is a word which basically which basically says that whenever a particular deity becomes most important and you need that god or goddesses, you will say that you are the most supreme of all the gods and goddesses that are there. And another occasion, another deity becomes most supreme, and therefore the concept of Henathism that has been beautifully explained at this point of time. As compared to, for example, at the time of this Harappan civilization, it was the mother goddesses that was comparatively much more important, as more number of figurines of sculptures of mother goddesses have been found. But in for example, in this Vedic age, it is the predominance of the male god that existed. It was the predominance of the male god that was there at that particular point of time. Lord Indra, Lord Agni, Lord Varun, Lord Som, Lord Yam, etc. Rudra, Pushan, Surya. It was the predominance of the male god that was existing. For example, Lord Indra, he was the greatest of the god, and more than 2 or 250 hymns have been given to him. And he was referred to as Purandar. He was referred to as Vitrahant. जैसे वो terms आपको कर पुर means fort, Andar means a destroyed, the destroyer of the fort or the citadels of the Harappans. Vitrahant means demon, the killer of the demon. Who was the dam? Who was, for example, the demon? It was the dams that were constructed by the Harappans for irrigation purposes, which these Aryans were unable to understand. They pray to Lord Indra कि भगवान इतनी बारिश कर कि ये टूट जाए सब कुछ. Therefore, Lord Indra was very important. Agni, son of earth and heaven. कुछ भी हवन कुंड में आप पूजा कर रहे हो, ब्राह्मण उसमें डालेगा, and that would be directly reaching to the god. Second highest in number, 200 hymns have been attributed to Lord Agni also. He is considered as intermediary between God and man, आपस में जोड़ने के लिए becomes important. Lord Varun, a very, very important Lord, upholder of the cosmic order of the Rith, how these planets are comparatively continuously moving, it becomes important. He is regulating all the activities that are taking place. Ethically, the highest god, male god. Som, another god that was very, very important for this, god of plants. The special god of Brahmins that is there, the Somras that was coming out. Not as, for example, Yam or Rudra that was there. Yam, for example, god of death. Rudra, for example, this Lord Shivaji, Lord Shiva. When Lord Shiva was there, he is a model archer. If you do something wrong, the disease will be coming to you. And if you are trying to pacify the things, आप normalize करने की कोशिश कर रहे हो, there are certain plants that are there on the hills where this Lord is living. Lord Rudra, जहाँ पे रह रहे हैं शिव जी भगवान, वहाँ पे जड़ी बूटियां बहुत है. अगर आप अच्छे कर्म करोगे, आपको जड़ी बूटियों से भगवान ठीक भी कर देंगे. Guardian of the healing herbs, again a male god that has been there. Pushan, the god of jungle path. When the light is comparatively dim and you have to take away your animals from the for one area towards your house, you need to have a dim light. Surya, son of Dayus. Savitri, the solar deity, for whom the Gayatri mantra has been mentioned. Usha, the goddesses of dawn. Apsaras were there. So what I am trying to say is, at this point of time, what is important is that there was a predominance of the male gods as compared to the female goddesses that were there. Male gods were there, more in number at this particular point of time. Predominance was there in this particular point of time only. Rituals were performed, the sacrifices were performed to a great extent. Sacrifices were performed from birth to death. Even when a child, for example, the mother is pregnant, the sacrifices, the small sacrifice does not mean killing of the animals on a large scale. Sacrifice means giving something in donation to anyone. start. And those small sacrifices that were done at this point of time continued from here on till, for example, the child was in the womb of the mother, and that continued till the deathbed at this point of time. The good number of sacrifices that were performed. Now, who used to do these sacrifices? For example, these rituals were basically performed. There were 16 category of the priest. 16 category, and out of the 16 category, one of the category was a Brahmin. Was one of the 16 category. And the sacrifices that were there, those sacrifices were so simple that even a householder, a common person in the house or head of the family, was in a position to perform those sacrifices. And therefore, this householder form the 16th category of what is called as the priest. Sacrifice was simple. The philosophical dimensions, अगले जन्म में क्या होगा, अच्छे कर्म करोगे क्या होगा, बुरे कर्म करोगे क्या होगा, the philosophical dimensions were comparatively in an underdeveloped form, अभी developed नहीं हुए थे. Only very few references are there. Heaven and hell, स्वर्ग और नरक में ये करोगे वो करोगे. On the other hand, the concept of soul, atma, mukti, salvation, these concepts are yet to be developed at this point of time, and these concepts have not emerged. There are certain faint references of heaven and hell, but the concept these things are not there. The gods were divided into three categories. Three categories, for example, the gods, for example, terrestrial god, aerial god, celestial god, aerial or atmospheric god. Those gods which are there living on the earth and doing the work for the people. For example, the gods that are there for Prithvi, Agni, Lord Prithvi, Agni, or for example, rivers as gods, or for example, you can say at Brihaspati as god. Aerial atmosphere, Indra, Rudra, Vishnu. As aerial gods. There are certain gods which are staying above them and doing the work for you. Lord Varuna, Lord Surya, Lord Savitri. Or for example, Pushan or Ashwins. These are the different categories of the god, different divisions of the god. You can say the early gods were basically divided into three: terrestrial, atmospheric or aerial, and then celestial. That was there doing the work, different activities that are there. They were categorized into three different classes. इस तरीके से आपको ऋग्वैदिक रिलीजन या संहिता के टाइम के ऊपर, ऋग्वैदिक संहिता लिटरेचर के टाइम के ऊपर रिलीजन का धर्म का आपको इस तरीके से पता लगता है. आई होप इट इज क्लियर टू एवरीवन. जस्ट रिवाइज इट वंस. Sure, sure, yes. New Year holidays are coming, जो backlog है that can be over, कोई problem नहीं है. Or I think you will be able to understand various things that I am teaching. Chalo, we'll move forward. From early Vedic period, moving towards the later Vedic period, how the religion, the religious aspect that were developing at that particular point of time, how it changed. How those were developing. There were certain elements of changes or change that took place. The certain elements of continuity that continued to be worshipped, the certain new elements that coming up at this point of time. What I am trying to say is, there were elaborate rituals and sacrifices that were earlier also there. For example, as we have just covered it right now, that starting from the person, when a woman gets pregnant, Harinya Garva, that was when was there, conception. From the conception till the death of a person, a number of sacrifices were performed that continue to be performed. But it changed in the context and how these sacrifices were basically being performed. When it said that it was changed in the context, what I mean to say is the rituals and sacrifices that were there, the rituals and sacrifices which were performed at this point of time became more and more elaborate, became more and more complex. For example, even if you see today and you go to a particular person who is a Brahmin or Pandit, there are certain person who will say, ki, for example, I'll do puja for you and or give small sacrifice, dan punya etc. करो, 5-10 रुपए का काम बताएगा, or give, for example, give a certain, for example, certain thing to dog, certain sweet to dog or other things that can be there, or certain this powder can be given to, wheat powder can be given to, for example, to these ants. Things are solved. But there are certain category of the people who say that you need to pay, for example, 1 lakh rupees and I would be doing this and this havan for you. Earlier it was comparatively very simple. Now the religion has comparatively become very elaborate, very complex. And in that particular context that, for example, what these people were doing and why it became complex in a political context, I would be saying in the teaching that would be there is, though earlier the king was elected. Now the king became hereditary. When the kingship became hereditary, A can be strong, B can be strong, C can be strong, D can be a weak king in the family, weak child in the family, but still he need to be made king. And he need to be shown as a powerful person also. Therefore, a sort of a Brahmin Kshatriya alliance emerged. You give me money, I'll perform sacrifice you, and through the sacrifices or the other things that I'm doing, I'll give the powers to your child, and so he can become a king, and you would recognize as a very great king. A sort of alliance started developing at this point of time, and therefore various sacrifices were being performed at the time of, for example, of the coronation of a king, Rajasuya sacrifice. For example, at the coronation of a king, when the king was to be coronated, for example, when the coronation was basically taking place in the context of Ratna, in the context of Rajasuya sacrifice, a ceremony by the name Ratna Vahimsi ceremony was basically to be performed. One of the sacrifices that was, in which what was given was that 12 different Ratnins or important persons, they used to participate in this particular ceremony just to say that we give our recognition to a particular king. We recognize him as the king. We are the important persons. 12 important persons that are there, 12 Ratnins who were there, and they used to participate in the ceremony and say that we recognize you as a king. The story has been given. शतपथ ब्राह्मण और तैत्तरीय ब्राह्मण लिटरेचर है, इनमें स्टोरी बताई गई है कि इस तरीके से फर्क बताया जा रहा है. Vajpayee sacrifice was basically being performed. Drink of strength was basically being performed at the point of time. For example, in this Vajpayee sacrifice, a chariot race was to be organized. And in this chariot race that were there, the king or the crown prince was made to win. कि ठीक है जी आप ही जीतोगे. Why? Because he was to be shown as very powerful. जिताना पड़ना था, जिताया. That was important. Why? Well, he should be comparatively considered as very powerful. Ashwamedh sacrifice, as covered in the last class, was there. And what was the most important thing was that these sacrifices, they continued for number of days, they continued for number of months, or even for a year also. 1 week, 2 months, 3 months, 1 year. It is continuously going on. From where these people were getting the finances? The only tax-paying, tribute-paying class, the category of the people was a Vash class of people who was paying the taxes. The king was collecting them and he was being sharing those taxes with the Brahmin class. A sort of, you give me money, I'll give you the power through these mantras, through these hymns that I would be orating for you people. How this was possible? Because earlier what used to happen was this Brahmin class of people, as recently covered by us just now, is that he was one of the 16 category of the priest. But what happened at this point of time was in the later Vedic period, he emerged as the most important category. सबसे ज़्यादा important category यही है जी बंदा. मैं ही perform कर सकता हूँ sacrifice. मेरे में special power है. And therefore, why? Because king used to recognize that particular person and this particular regard. Power है मेरे में, ठीक है जी है. क्यों राजा मान रहा है तो दूसरे को मानना पड़ेगा. Alliance was developing, the alliance was emerging at this point of time. Some people were not happy with the development that were taking place. We'll be covering in the coming classes how this republican system, they started coming up out of the kingship. Some category of people, what they were thinking, that nahi yaar, this is not the real form of Vedic religion which we had heard, which we had known with the passage of time. This is not the real way of life. कुछ गड़बड़ हो चुकी है इसमें यार. Earlier sacrifices were comparatively very simple. Now they have become comparatively very elaborate and beyond the understanding of the common masses, as these sacrifices are basically the Sanskrit language. Normally I give the example in the classes that the people were not even understanding what the sacrifices were basically undertaken. They were done. For example, if even I go, मैं अपने दोस्त की शादियों पे जाता हूँ, only one word I understood, that is swaha. I do not know what the person is, for example, reading. The Brahmanical religion has comparatively become complex beyond the understanding of the common masses, and therefore problem was basically coming up. It has completely become costly. Certain people, they left all these things and went into jungles. हम सब कुछ छोड़ छाड़ के जा रहे हैं भाई. And they composed various books that were there. For example, Aranyaks. Certain people, they stayed, they composed books, for example, Upanishads. So therefore, in the later Vedic times, Aranyaks, Upanishad, they were basically being composed at that point of time, compiled. Therefore, when you go into the jungles, engage into the, for example, by repeating the God's name or anything you are doing, the philosophical dimension will start coming. Upanishad means to sit near someone, to sit near the foots of the Guru. And what the Guru would be teaching you? What is your Atma and what is the relation between Atma and Paramatma? Why you are here in life? What is the objective of life? How this purity of your soul could be developed? The concept of heaven and hell, the concept of karma and sansar, जैसा कर्म करोगे वैसा ही भुगतोगे. And अगर कुछ गलत है तो how this salvation could be attained? Why? Because the Guru is there and he is teaching to his pupils at that point of time, to students, कि मुक्ति कैसे प्राप्त करी जा सकती है. Therefore, when these Upanishads will be coming up, when the Aranyaks would be coming up, Aranyaks means the forest books, when these things would basically be coming up, and therefore the concept of salvation, the philosophical dimensions will take a very big format. Soul, salvation, heaven, hell, karma, sansar, all these concepts, belief in life after death. मरने के बाद भाई क्या होगा? All these things are given, for example, in the Upanishad format that are there. And therefore, when now the sacrifices were being undertaken, they wanted to improve their, not only this birth, but also next birth also. अरे भाई बाबा जी ऐसे सेक्रीफाइस करो, हमारा ये जन्म ही नहीं सफल करना है, अगले जन्म भी सफल करो, ठीक है, पैसे दो, हम करवाते हैं. The flow of the wealth was basically taking place at this point of time. Now, the sacrifices, the objective of sacrifices was to attain salvation. Why the elements of salvation was coming up? Some people were comparatively pure, and they were helping their pupils, helping their students. But कुछ तो ठग भी होंगे, जैसे आजकल ठग बाबा है. Salvation, and they also wanted to improve their next birth also. भाई अगला जन्म भी सही कर दे. Not only this, another thing that was coming up was when these Aryans, they moved into this region where this, for example, into this dense region of jungles where non-Aryans were living, and therefore there must have been battles between Aryans and Aryans, battle between Aryans and non-Aryans, battle between Aryans and non-Aryan plus Aryan, सब में लड़ाइयाँ हुई होगी, कॉमन सी बात है. मूविंग इनटू देयर ओन एरिया, वो कौन सा वेलकम करेंगे? When these things were basically taking place, for example, the Aryans won. The non-Aryans, for example, they were defeated. And there would be assimilation, marriages may be also be taking place. Anything can be done. But any community that wants to consider as supreme also give recognition to the, for example, wills and fancies and wishes of other communities also. आप हमारी सभ्यता है, हम आपको भी मानते हैं यार, इसमें क्या गलत है? आप हार गए हो, ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, लेकिन आपका जो कल्चर है, आपका जो रिचुअल्स है, आपका जो रिलीजन है, आपका जो कस्टम है, हम उसको मानेंगे. एंड देयरफॉर the four Vedas that are there, Rig Veda, Sam Veda, Yajurveda and Atharvaveda, and Atharvaveda is basically a non-Aryan Veda. क्यों? Because हम आपको भी recognize कर रहे हैं. They were coming up to such an extent that various gods, they were also be integrated. इकट्ठा कर दिए थे गॉड्स को. फॉर एग्जाम्पल द नॉन आर्यन गॉड शिव इज अ नॉन आर्यन गॉड. गॉड असिमिलेटेड विद आर्यन गॉड कौन है? रुद्र. क्यों? बिकॉज दोनों के फीचर सेम है जी, इनके फीचर सेम है. वो भी एनिमल्स के साथ रिप्रेजेंट है, ये भी एनिमल, ठीक है, एक ही कर देते हैं दोनों को. शिव एंड रुद्र, इट वाज वन गॉड दैट वाज अलग अलग इन द इनिशियल फेज, इट वर डिफरेंट गॉड्स. व्हेन द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स, व्हेन द फीचर्स वर सेम, चलो जी एक ही बात है, दोनों का नाम ही अलग अलग है. कहीं पे इनको शिव बोलने लगे, कहीं पे रुद्र बोलने लगे, साउथ इंडिया में जाके कुछ और बोलेंगे नाम इनका. क्यों? फीचर्स वर कंपैरेटिवली सेम. इनके काम बाबा जी के सेम हैं. आइडेंटिफाइड विद वैदिक गॉड रुद्र, शिव जी को. नॉट ओनली दिस, व्हेन द लाइफ was comparatively earlier in the early Vedic period, it was a semi-nomadic life. It was dependent upon the rain or other things. Therefore, Varuna, Indra, Agni, these gods were very important in the early Vedic period. In the later Vedic period, what development they were taking place? The development that were taking place was that the life had become comparatively sedentary, settled life has emerged, and therefore Varuna, Indra or Agni, these gods that were there, dependence upon these gods reduced. इंसान बड़ा मतलबी है, आपकी जरूरत नहीं है, आप बाबा जी की इंपॉर्टेंस भी कम हो गई है. बट अदर गॉड, फॉर एग्जाम्पल विष्णु, रुद्र, प्रजापति एक्सेट्रा, बिकॉज ऑफ सेडेंटरी नेचर आप सेटल्ड हो गए, अब इनकी भगवान की ज्यादा जरूरत है आपको. पुशान, these gods comparatively now they became important. They were minor gods earlier, इतनी ज्यादा नहीं पूजा थी, लेकिन बाद में लेटर वैदिक टाइम पीरियड से इनकी बहुत ज्यादा पूजा होने लगी. एंड विद द पैसेज ऑफ टाइम ट्रिनिटी, ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश, ये कंसेप्ट इमर्ज होने लगा. Why? Because the life had comparatively become settled. From earlier pastoral community, we had comparatively emerged settled people at this point of time, and therefore the gods also changed. Their importance also increased or decreased. Therefore, the gods which were associated with at this point of time with the sedentary, settled lifestyle, now they started becoming comparatively more important. Is it clear to everyone? Just revise it once. चलो जी मूव करते हैं नेक्स्ट पे. नेक्स्ट इज इकोनॉमिक एस्पेक्ट. The Rig Vedic economy, that is there. As we have been discussing from the last 2 days, it was basically pastoral activities that these people were basically engaged into. Semi-nomadic people, the pastoralism or pastoral activities that was there. Basically, that was the objective at this particular point of time. Continuously, these people were on the move. Semi-nomadic people, they were there. यहाँ पे या कल यह थोड़ी जगह पे 6 महीने के बाद फिर फॉर एग्जांपल 4 महीने के बाद कहीं और पे चले गए. Animals was an important part of their life, and out of the various animals that were there at this particular point of time, 2 animals, one is horse, another is cow. Important for various perspective. The horse was basically important from the economic perspective. क्यों important? Sorry, military perspective. and cow was important from the economic perspective. Nothing as a sort of religious aspect was there at this point of time. Horse क्यों important? Because the important part of the military aspect. Speed and other things that comparatively become important. The horse was therefore important at this point of time, military significance. The cow enjoyed economic significance. For example, Panis class of people, जैसे हमने किया था, the Panis, they were cattle lifters. The more the number of the cattle a person was having, the more rich that particular person was basically being recognized or considered as. Why? Because the chief measure of the wealth of a particular person was the number of cattle a person was having. And therefore, the rich person was known as Gomat. Go means cow, cattle. Therefore, they are at that particular point of time. Not only this, for example, the aspect of trade and commerce was not there, almost absent. For example, trade and commerce. It was basically insignificant, that particular aspect was. For example, as these people were continuously nomadic, semi-nomadic people, continuously on the move at this particular point of time, therefore, what was there was the property. Land had not become a property. Personal property was not there. Personal property was not there. The sale and purchase of the land could not be done at this point of time. One currency, a sort of a unit of currency that was developing earlier, it was a nishk. That was the unit of currency. But earlier, various people say that it was not a currency, it was basically a gold ornament that was used by these people. Why? Because the mode of exchange at this point of time was barter. Well, then what was this? This was basically what is known as, what is referred to as a gold ornament. Nishk, that was basically developing as a gold ornament that was there. In the economic context, there was no regular revenue system that was there. Regular revenue system nahi tha. For example, the revenue system or taxation system, we have also covered in the political aspect. The revenue system was not regular. No fixed sources of income was there at this particular point of time. The shifting cultivation, shifting agriculture was practiced. Not this, only one crop, that is yav or barley, has been mentioned in the Vedic literature, early Vedic literature. इसको छोड़ के किसी भी और crop के बारे में mention नहीं किया गया है. Agriculture was being done. The plow was basically used for carrying on the agricultural activities, and the word plow for agricultural activities has been referred to as the, for example, fal, langal, or for example, sira. Sira, fal, langal, it was basically the terms which were used at this point of time. For doing agricultural activities, it was the importance of rain that was there. Therefore, Lord Indra became a very important Lord in the early Vedic period. And this Lord Indra, as we must have also referred Purandar or Vitrant, etc., that was there. तो यहाँ पे किस कंटेक्स्ट में, इकोनॉमिक कंटेक्स्ट में बोला जाता है, इट इज नोन एज उर्वराजित, और ही इज नोन एज क्षेत्रपति. What is the meaning of the word Urvarajit? Means Urvara means fertile land. Jit means victory. A god who is in a position who helps you to gain victory over the fertile land. Urvarajit. And not only gain victory of the fertile land, but also guardian of that particular land also. Kshetra means land. Pati means lord. That particular god is guarding this particular land that has been there, Kshetrapati, they guarding the field also. How this agriculture was basically being done? The wooden plow was basically used by these people, as the early Vedic Aryans was not aware of, for example, iron. Other metallurgical activities definitely existed. Why? Because the number of craft has been mentioned. अलग-अलग craft के बारे में mention किया हुआ है, which gives a recognition that that various activities were there. For example, carpentry, cart making, spinning, weaving, goldsmithing. All these activities were carried on by these people. Chariot was also being made. That was a famous pastime activity of the people at this particular point of time. Very important. इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी इस टाइम पे कुछ ज़्यादा नहीं था, बट जितना था हमें इतना ही बेसिकली द सेमी नोमैडिक और द पेस्टरल पीपल दैट वर देयर, तो लिमिटेड नेचुरल कंटेक्स्ट में आपको ये करना पड़ेगा. एक बार जस्ट गो थ्रू द नोट्स, फिर आगे मूव करते हैं. I hope it is clear to everyone. एक बार पढ़ो इसको अच्छे से. चलो जी मूव करते हैं. नेक्स्ट इज लेटर वैदिक इकोनॉमी. later Vedic economy that was there. Agriculture continued to play a very important role at this point of time. But the role that was played by agriculture became much bigger, much larger, as the early Vedicarians now had moved into a area that was much more fertile. The Ganga Yamuna Dwab region they had comparatively moved into. जब आप वहाँ पे मूव कर चुके हो तो एग्रीकल्चर भी बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाएगा. And the importance of agriculture increases to such an extent that various later Vedic literatures, for example, Shatpat Brahman, it started write elaborately about the agricultural activities, and a complete chapter is basically devoted to how these agriculture activities were being done, and has explained in detail the plowing activities, the plowing rituals, किस तरीके से activities और plowing rituals करे जा रहे थे. Not only this, but as the land had become comparatively very fertile, on this particular land, 8, 12, 24 oxen were basically being used for plowing activities. What I'm saying is, the role that was played by agriculture at this point of time has completely become much more elaborate. And how these activities were basically being undertaken was basically in the context with the passage of time in the later Vedic period. These people, they also became aware of the iron. Iron earlier was basically used for making weapons, but later on it was basically used for undertaking agricultural activities. And when iron became an important part of the agricultural activities, thereby what started happening at this point of time was that the productivity increased further. Why? Now the seed could be plowed in a comparatively much better way. What I'm saying is, as the agriculture surplus increased, the same process which we have discussed earlier during the early Vedic time was that as the agriculture surplus would be coming up, art and craft, manufacturing and trade and activities, they would also start coming up with the passage of time. When this art and craft, manufacturing, trade and commerce would be come up, they would also be giving rise to, or what would be the coming up of a nagar or a town. Everything is completely big interlinked. When iron was there, productivity increased. When productivity increased, surplus was there. Surplus was there, for example, art and craft activities, they started coming up. And various literature also mentioned about where the life became sedentary, various economic activities and number of artists and craftsmen, they were also being mentioned. To such an extent that Vajrasneha Samhita, Samhita means literature, and Taittiriya Brahman, another literature, it talks about, it mentioned various art and craft activities that were undertaken by these people. Now, earlier what we were saying, when we were doing society, that society was becoming crystallized. The stratification of society, Brahman, the son will be Brahman, Kshatriya's son will be Kshatriyas, Vash son will be Vash, Shudra son will be Shudra, and therefore that gave rise to what is called a specialization. Therefore, various people, they specialized in various crafts. Specialization, specialization, when the specialization in various craft they started taking place, automatically what would be coming up in this particular regard, that the particular manufacturing article, the manufactured article will also be comparatively better as the trade was comparatively boosted. As the manufacturing was done, you need to procure raw material, you need to sell the finished products also. Therefore, movement started. People started moving. If a person is there, he would be moving alone. It would be difficult. Anyone could be looting him, plundering him. Therefore, various that lead to coming up of various organization of the merchants. The merchants, they organized themselves. When these merchants, they organize themselves, the term that is mentioned is, for example, guild, which means an organization of the merchants. And the head of that particular guild is known as Shreshtin. Best person of all these particular Shresht person indicate an organization of the merchant or their head. Earlier, what was known as gold ornament that was used, or lockets that were used, for example, the term that we have earlier referred is, for example, Nishka. Now, Nishka, Satamana, Krishnala, which were earlier used as gold coins or ornaments, sorry, now they were regarded as coins in the later Vedic period. Earlier ornaments, now coins. But still, the monetization of the economy has not taken place. Monetization of economy means certain things that would be supplied, manufactured and supplied by the government, or for example by the king. That monetization of economy was yet to take place even at this particular point of time. What was there was the earlier they were basically seen as gold ornaments. Now these gold ornaments they emerged as coins at this point of time. अभी comparatively better होने लगा है वहाँ पे. But on the other hand, the economic significance of land was still not there. Land has yet to become a property. Economic status was yet being determined by the number of cattle a person is having. For the kingship, various taxes they started coming up. For example, earlier in the early Vedic period, we said that Bali was there. But Bali in the early Vedic period was basically a voluntary offering that was given by the person to the king. And now this Bali as voluntary offering became tax, as an officer by the name Bali Sadak has been mentioned as the person who is responsible for collecting this particular tax. The sources of the income of the king was increasing at this point of time. Not only this was there, another thing, for example, another tax, Bag. Bag means share. A person, for example, share in a particular production or a crop. An officer by the name Baga Duga has been mentioned, who is responsible for collecting of the share in the produce that is taking place. The taxes were there. Sannidatta, Samharta, the taxes they were coming up at this point of time. Sangrahitri, different officials were coming up. What they were their duty? Their duty was basically the collection of the taxes and tributes, and later on to maintain this particular tribute only, also the treasury also. And who was paying the taxes? It was a Vaishya class of people, Vash class of people that was basically paying the taxes at this particular point of time. Iron has developed. Iron became an important part in increasing the production. Earlier, only one crop that was mentioned in the early Vedic literature, that was yav or barley. Now, other crops were also being used. For example, vrihi, for example, goduma, etc. What is vrihi? Vrihi means rice. What is goduma? Goduma means wheat, etc. Different crops now they need to mention in various Vedic literature that was there. They became the staple diet. Lead, silver, copper, or for example gold, bronze, they were known to the later Vedic people. Technological developments were also taking place. As the development were also taking place, for example, it may be the capital of the king, that may be temporary, or kahin kahin pe settled bhi hone lage the, because now the political unit earlier was a Jan. Now that highest political unit got transformed from Jan to Janpad. Jan means a group of people. Earlier Vedic times, my highest political unit. Janpad means a group of people. Pad means territory, occupying a particular territory. That started coming up. Janpad. That was basically coming up at this particular point of time. As this Janpad was basically coming up, there may be certain capital of the king, there may be particular manufacturing area, there may be particular trade and commerce area. Now these areas they started becoming important, and the Tatya literature makes a faint limited reference of the word Nagar, which gives an indication that now some sort of towns have started coming up at this point of time. The towns were there, they were coming up, which means that we were moving towards a phase. If these activities they continue to develop, if these activities they continue to emerge, there are every possibility, there are every chance that the next second urbanization would be coming up after the first urbanization, that is the Harappan civilization. Is it clear to everyone? Just go through the notes. very limited thing that has been left is the literature that has been there, early Vedic period literature, later Vedic period literature. और literature means the word samhita. Samhita शब्द का मतलब है literature etc. that has been there. The Vedic literature has been divided into early Vedic period and later Vedic period. Early Vedic period basically talk about Rig Veda. The other four Vedas, they are basically part of the later Vedic period. Yajurveda, Samveda, Atharvaveda, Brahmanas, Aranyaks, Upanishads, Vedanta, Vedanga literature, basically referred to as later Vedic literature. When you talk about the Rig Veda, it has 10 different mandals that are there. 10 books, या for example, आप simple language में समझ लीजिए 10 different books or mandals that are there, and basically 1028 hymns that are there. Within the Rig Veda, 2 to 7 they are known as old books, or they are basically known as family books. 1, 8, 9 and 10 they are later additions. Despite the fact that 1 is there, chapter 1 is there, it represents a different social system, a different economic system, a different political system, a different religious system has been presented than what is been given in the 2 to 7. तो ऐसा लगता है कि बाद में ऐड किया गया है later addition. And 10th mandal of Rig Veda mentioned the word Shudra in the Purushukta hymn, which was earlier not there. तो पता लगता है कि later on additions है, later on additions है. But on the other hand, Yajurveda that has been there, Samveda that has been there, Yajurveda for example deals with what is the procedure for the performance of sacrifice. Procedure has been told. Different sacrifices are there that has to be performed in a particular time, particular day, particular way. Samveda, Sam basically means music. But when you take into consideration that there are certain verses that are there in the Rig Vedic period which could be sung, जिसको गायन किया जा सकता था, गाया जा सकता था. Certain other verses which were there which could not be sung. Therefore, some verses were taken from the Rig Vedic period and put in the Samveda which could be sung, and some new hymns were basically being added. For example, it also contains the Drupad Rag that has been there. Samveda. Yajurveda deals with the performance of sacrifice. Atharvaveda, basically a literature that deals with magic, charms and spells and how to ward off the evils. Jadu टोना भूत प्रेत से कैसे बचा जा सकता है. It is a non-Aryan way that has been there. Their way of life has been explained. Brahmanas also deals with the rules for the performance of sacrifice. Sacrifices are given in Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samveda, Atharvaveda, and therefore you need to have rules for every of these Vedas. Therefore, the Brahmanas are literature which talks about the rules for the performance of sacrifice as it is required for every Veda. The rules have been, the Brahmanas are attached to almost everything. This is then Aranyakas, some people were not happy with the way the developments were taking place. Therefore, they moved into the jungles and started focusing upon meditation, started focusing on philosophy. So, therefore, they composed the books known as Aranyakas, and therefore focus on the philosophical aspect. Upanishad, some people stayed. Guru will be teaching to their pupils. Upanishad means to sit near someone. What the Guru will basically be focusing upon? The Guru will be focusing upon life, universe, Atma, Brahma, emphasis on the knowledge between yourself and the relation between Atma and God, self, etc. That was there. All these things have been given, for example, in the Upanishad. वेदांता वेदों के अंत में जो आता है, therefore they are condemning various sacrifices that were there and ceremonies, and the focus is on the philosophical aspect. Vedanga, Vedon ke limbs, the limbs of the Vedas, so that we can be in a position on how better recitation of the Vedas could be done, how better way these things could be recited. Therefore, at this point of time, this is the Vedic literature that has been there. यहाँ से question आने के chances तो ज़्यादा नहीं है. They will be asking about the early Vedic Samhita to Sutra, means यहाँ से लेके जो बाद तक का 2nd century AD तक का किस तरीके की social life थी, economic life थी, political life थी, religious life थी, कैसे ये evolve हुआ with the passage of time. That is what we need to see. Samhita to Sutra 15th century BC, 1500 BC से लेके 600 BC तक आपको जो समाकाल है उस टाइम पीरियड के सोशल इकोनॉमिक पोलिटिकल रिलीजियस लाइफ के बारे में क्वेश्चन पूछा जा सकता है. यू हैव जस्ट नो अबाउट कि होता क्या है, बट डायरेक्टली टू द क्वेश्चन दे विल नॉट बी आस्क्ड, बट इसको सहारा लेते हुए आप सोशल पोलिटिकल इकोनॉमिक रिलीजियस लाइफ को एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हो. जस्ट गो थ्रू द नोट्स. तो जिसके साथ ही हम इसको यहीं पे ख़त्म करते हैं. सो टुमारो वी वुड बी स्टार्टिंग ऑफ दिस क्लास अगेन, कंटिन्यू करेंगे आगे, एंड वी वुड बी मूविंग इनटू दिस जनपद से लेके महाजनपद वाले फेज में मूव करेंगे. तो कल पहले हम क्वेश्चंस भी डिस्कस करेंगे जो इस टॉपिक से आए हुए हैं, एंड देन फिर वी वुड बी मूविंग टू द नेक्स्ट फेज. ओके फ्रेंड, थैंक यू वेरी मच, टेक केयर ऑफ योरसेल्फ.